The worst floods in decades hit Italy and France, leaving an incredible trail of destruction in a short time.
Mais attends, je vais voir si Carole elle...
C'hai tutto, ma tu sei qua.
Ça fait du bateau dans CLM. Les vagues que ça fait par contre.
The wave of bad weather that has hit Italy in particular in the last 2 days is now moving towards central northern Italy. The alert level remains high between Tuscany, Veneto and Emilia Romagna. But floods, inundations and disruptions are affecting several regions. Tuscany was the area most affected by the bad weather in recent hours. In the Livorno area, the Cesena River flooded in the Cinquantina area, in the municipality of Cesena. 6 people were evacuated from a campsite, 3 from a home. Roads were closed, including a stretch of the Aurelia variant, and people were asked to go up to the upper floors. Due to the passage of the flood, with an enormous flow of water never recorded before with 11 meters high in Steccaia and 2,900 cubic meters of water per second. The mayor had also closed all the schools. Flooding and rescue operations by firefighters also occurred during the night in the municipality of Campiglia Marittima, where the Cornia River, due to heavy rains, broke its banks on the opposite bank to that of the town. The water invaded land but also affected homes. A total of 172 millimeters of rain fell during the night, of which at least 120 millimeters in an hour. A man who was on the 398, which leads to Carfagio, was rescued after the road turned into a raging river, managing to save himself by clinging to some road signs, and was transported as a precaution to the hospital in Piombino. During the night, the evacuation of a nursing home had also begun by the firefighters, who then returned. Bad weather continued to hit Tuscany during the night and required numerous interventions by the fire department. Another critical area is Siena, and its province, with the capital flooded and the train station unusable. Schools of all levels are closed today. Flooding and landslides also in Poggibonsi, where the Elsa is under strict monitoring. Damage also in the south of the province of Livorno, in particular in Campiglia Marittima, in the hamlet of Venturina, and in the municipalities of Suvereto and Castanito Carducci, with the roads transformed into rivers. Heavy rains forced the closure of the underpass at the exit of the A1 Scandici toll booth in the direction of Florence, to restore the roadway damaged by heavy rains during the night. For the same reasons, the exit ramp from the Phi Pili, coming from Livorno, towards the toll booth was also closed. Problems due to bad weather also in the Florentine area, with some roads closed, homes left isolated and people evacuated. In Genoa, schools remained open. They were closed in other nearby municipalities such as Recco and Rapallo. The alert, orange in the morning, then became yellow. Schools were closed in the Savona area, where traffic problems continued due to landslides and flooding. The current state of the ground in the region remains critical. In Vicenza, the alert remains high due to the wave of bad weather that has led to the progressive rise of the rivers that cross the historic center. At mid-morning, the Bacciglione exceeded the warning level set at 4.50 meters at Ponte degli Angeli, even though the flood, with a level above 5 meters, was in the afternoon. Rail traffic was suspended on the Vicenza, Padua, Schio, Treviso lines. A landslide on Mount Rotolan in the Vicenza area was monitored. This morning in Venice, the mobile floodgates of the Mose were raised, in relation to the bad weather that has been going on for 2 days. The water reached a height of 124 centimeters in the sea and 86 centimeters in the lagoon, at the height of Punta della Salute, subsequently stabilizing at 80 centimeters. Bad weather has also hit Campania. In Torre del Greco, a 2-story building that had been uninhabited for some time partially collapsed, damaging some cars parked in the area. The municipality has ordered the evacuation of 8 families, almost 25 people. They are those who live in the buildings near what remains of the structure affected by the collapse. The evacuation was decided as a precaution.
Mamma mia!
Due to bad weather, there are also problems on some roads in the Turin area. In Leni, Via Castel Vecchia was closed due to flooding. In Valchusa, the mayor Maurilio Vercellio signed an order to close the road to the Inverso area due to a landslide. The mayor of Chivasso Claudio Castello signed an order that prohibits approaching the banks and beds of the Arco torrent and the Po River. The municipality has also decided to close the part of the Bracel Park that overlooks the Po and the parking lot west of the Arco torrent. Moving to Emilia Romagna, there have been about 100 interventions by the fire brigade due to the bad weather in the last few hours in Bologna. In particular, in Savigno, Valsamaggia, 3 families were evacuated, left isolated due to the flooding of the Samaggia torrent.